Hey guys, we are going into week 7 of the NFL and fantasy football. Uh, we have some good parity in our league so far. Every team is within 2 to 4 wins, except for Derek, who has 5. So the power rankings are still staying pretty close, but there have been a couple shakeups this week. So let's go on with number 10. At 10, I got Austin. He's 3-3. He's in the same spot he was last week. He got a win, but he's pretty unimpressive overall. He's carried by Cam Newton and Marshawn Lynch, and for some reason he decided Jericho Cotchery was worthy of being rostered. So I can't really move him up from 10 with that kind of a week. At number 9, I got Jeff. He's 2-4. He's also stayed in the same spot this week. He had a good week from pretty much everyone except his new All-Star tight end Seth McGrath, but there's really nowhere to go but up for him this week because everybody else had a pretty good week as well. At number 8, I got Chinny. He's 2-4. He keeps dropping. He went down one more spot this week. He had another pretty solid week overall with a tough matchup against Dale. But losing Randall Cobb to injury, won't be back for a few weeks it looks like. So he might have some trouble going forward. At number 7, I got TJ. He's 3-3. Went down one spot. Overall, he didn't really have that good of a week. He was pretty much carried by Vincent Jackson, so against a weak Eagles defense. So we'll see what he can do from here out, but he didn't have a very good showing this week. At number 6, I've got myself at 2-4. I went down 2 spots. A couple of my players just didn't play good this week. Luckily, I haven't been hit with injuries, so hopefully I can improve going forward. At number 5, I've got Chung. He's 4-2. He went down 3 spots. Peyton Manning didn't have a good game, therefore he didn't have a good game. Nobody else on his team really performed well to make up for it, so he ended up with a pretty terrible showing this week. At number 4, I got Dale. He's 3-3. He went up 4 spots. He had a pretty good game overall, plus Noshan Moreno and the Chiefs defense exploded for him. So he's on a pretty decent streak right now. We'll see if he can keep it up. At number 3, I got Chris, who's 3-3. He went up 2 spots. He had a pretty decent week, I guess. Not really any good scores overall except Jamal Charles, but he's shown himself to be a certifiable stud this year. So we can expect him to continue that performance going forward. At number 2, I've got Derek, who's 5-1. He went down 1 spot this week after losing to Mike. He had a pretty not good week, carried only by Justin Blackman mostly. Jimmy Graham went down, didn't get him a single point this week. Who knows how much that'll affect Derek's team going forward. Jimmy Graham's on bye next week anyway, so might give him some time to rest up, or it could be a long-term injury. So we'll see how that goes. For anyone who cares, which I'm sure is no one except me and Derek, fantasy basketball draft is next Monday, so I'm sure you'll hear a little bit of mutterings about that going on between us. And at number 1, I've got Mike, who's 3-3, went up 2 spots. He beat Derek this week, unseating him from being undefeated. He had pretty rough QB play, starting Tom Brady again, who was pretty unsuccessful, except at beating the Saints, which he did. But he had good recovery from the rest of his team. They performed pretty well overall, which allows him to land at the number 1 spot. And that about wraps it up this week. Biggest riser was Dale. He went up 4. Biggest faller was Chung. He went down 3. Pretty big week coming up. On Sunday, we got the Lions game that we are all going to, followed by Austin's bachelor party. So I'll see most of you then, except for the out-of-towners and probably Dave Chung, because you get the Dave Chung Award every week. So I'll see you all soon.